Next on CTV National News, Titanic images from the deep. What these new 3D HD pictures tell us about the doomed ship.
Back pain. It can make everything you do virtually impossible. That's when you want Tylenol Back Pain. A muscle relaxant plus effective pain relief in one pill. Tylenol Back Pain. Get back to normal, whatever your normal is.
There was a resurrection of sorts off the coast of Newfoundland today as a team of scientists raised mesmerizing new images from the wreck of the Titanic. They're using state-of-the-art technology to create a 3D map of the ill-fated ship before it falls apart for good. CTV's Omar Sachedina has more on the virtual voyage to the bottom of the sea.
Off the coast of Newfoundland, the site of the world's most tragic shipwreck, history was made again, this time with reason to celebrate.
We're seeing things that we haven't seen before, and we're seeing things we've seen before in a different way.
Go as easy as you can. We're getting a lot of hits right now.
Scientists equipped with special glasses sat mesmerized as they watched never-before-seen 3D HD images of the Titanic. Underwater cameras attached to this remotely operated vehicle descending several kilometers into the ocean to capture stunning views of the portholes, windows on the promenade. And this long-decayed device used to lower lifeboats along the ship's side, as was done that infamous night in 1912.
Iceberg, right ahead!
Movie after movie recapturing the horror, 1,500 people losing their lives after the vessel once thought to be unsinkable struck an iceberg.
Throughout the century of history of Titanic, there's a lot of myths. Was the ship well built? Did they give attention to safety? You know, did those passengers ever have a chance?
This multi-billion-dollar expedition may provide some answers, comprised of A-list researchers using an arsenal of cutting-edge technology like these torpedo-like gadgets that are providing sonar readings to construct the most detailed view yet of the wreckage, almost half of which has never been studied.
It's like having for the first time a map of a major city like Manhattan or Los Angeles.
And good thing, because time is running out.
There's bacteria, actually microbial colonies, eating away at the hull. In 20 to 25 years, we may start to see the decks of Titanic collapsing. So there is a certain sense of urgency.
Urgency, but now also a temporary sigh of relief, given that these images will last long after the great ship is gone. Omar Sachedina, CTV News, Toronto.
A clearer picture is also emerging tonight when it comes to vitamin D. Doctors say there's now even more evidence the vitamin is essential for good health. A new study has found it could also help prevent diseases such as multiple sclerosis. As CTV's medical specialist Davis Favre reports, this finding is even more crucial as it's estimated that more than 1 billion people in the world are vitamin D deficient.
Vitamin D may be more powerful than scientists ever imagined, with a new study showing this nutrient governs the workings of hundreds of genes in our body, setting us on the road to health or to disease.
This is a gene called CD226 that's involved in multiple sclerosis and other autoimmune diseases.
Scientists in the UK and Canada have created a new map of human DNA showing nearly 2,800 spots where vitamin D sticks to. Among them are 229 genes linked to diseases like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, Crohn's disease, type 1 diabetes, colon cancer, and multiple sclerosis.
Can vitamin D play a role? And what we've got here is a lot of evidence that says, yeah, it can play a role, and it's worth looking into it further.
With such a wide range of influence, the research suggests that current guidelines limiting vitamin D intake to 400 international units a day may not be enough to prevent some diseases.
The 400 international units that's recommended is just not enough to increase our levels to vitamin D sufficiency.
And vitamin D's biggest effect may be in utero, influencing genes in a developing child. It's one reason why women in France get injections of 75,000 units of vitamin D early in their pregnancy.
I think that's a lead that other people should follow.
In fact, health officials in Canada and the U.S. are now discussing whether to boost our recommended vitamin D intake and will issue a report this fall. Now that more and more studies are uncovering the critical role of this nutrient. Avis Favreau, CTV News, Toronto.
What happened in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas for Paris Hilton last night. The socialite was arrested for cocaine possession, and it made headlines around the world. Hilton posed for this mugshot after police say they found cocaine in her purse.
While in the security office, she extracted a tube of lip balm from her purse. At that time, a plastic bindle containing a substance believed to be cocaine fell from her purse in plain view of the Metro lieutenant.
Police pulled over the car the Hilton was in after smelling marijuana. She was released without bail, but her boyfriend, Cy Waits, was held on a charge of driving under the influence. In 2007, Hilton spent 23 days in jail for alcohol-related reckless driving. There's more ahead on CTV National News, but first, here's a preview of what's coming up in local news.
Nice day. I should call in sick. Maybe I'll kayak. Or finish the deck. Or go to the beach. Or rock climb. Or not. Let's start again.
It never ends. The Dodge Journey, Canada's best-selling crossover.
A number of storms are swirling in the Atlantic this weekend. Tropical Storm Earl is expected to become a hurricane by Sunday, while the first major storm of the season, Danielle, heads north. In Bermuda, vacationers enjoyed the sun before the storm. Danielle is expected to miss the island, but still cause large waves and dangerous surf. Tomorrow marks the 5th anniversary since Hurricane Katrina made landfall near New Orleans, killing more than 1,800 people. In other news, there has been another suspected poisoning at a school in Afghanistan, the second this week. 48 students and teachers were taken to hospital in Kabul after inhaling what's believed to have been a chemical gas. Most were released. The Taliban is thought to be responsible. And thousands of people rallied outside the Israeli Prime Minister's residence. Benjamin Netanyahu is they're demanding that he reach a deal to free an Israeli soldier. Staff Sergeant Gilad Shalit was captured by Palestinian militants more than 4 years ago inside Israel in a cross-border raid. The Israeli leader moved today to show he is serious about face-to-face peace talks with his Palestinian counterpart. Netanyahu will propose that he and President Mahmoud Abbas meet every 2 weeks when direct negotiations resume next Thursday. Well, not all efforts to achieve harmony are taking place at the bargaining table. Our next story looks at trying to build trust by building a city. It's happening at Rawabi in the West Bank, north of Jerusalem. More from CTV's Joanne Clancy.
Bashar Masri's vision for this pile of dust and stone in the hills of the West Bank is a city called Rawabi, 20 kilometers north of Jerusalem, a city with geothermal homes and cabs that run on electricity, not fossil fuel. Built by Palestinians for Palestinians.
Many people said, I was dreaming a few years ago because of all the difficulties here. Building a city is not an easy thing.
But business is business, and despite regional tensions, at least one Israeli building company is now involved.
If I can take it to an example, how can people cooperate together? I think it's a good example, and maybe something will come of it to the future.
It's an $800 million project, most of that money coming from the government of Qatar, eager to finance projects in the West Bank where property prices have tripled in the last 2 years. This project is reviving more than dreams. It's also reviving the construction industry in this area, putting people to work. 8,000 to 10,000 Palestinians are working on this project, and another 3,000 permanent jobs will be created once Rawabi is built. American dollars are also supporting what is now the largest private sector project in Palestinian history.
A major policy goal is to support private sector development and also the development of the infrastructure here for a future Palestinian state.
Detractors maintain Rawabi shouldn't be built at all until boundaries in the disputed territories are finalized under any possible future peace accord. Developers like Bashar Masri say building that path to peace has to include giving Palestinians a better quality of life. This city, he says, will do that. Joanne Clancy, CTV News, Rawabi, the West Bank.
When we return, a man's reach should exceed his grasp. So you've got to hand it to Josh Dueck. He's broken a world record. That's next on CTV National News.
Design is essential for this.
Design is absolutely essential for Mercedes-Benz. It's through the design that the brand communicates its personality and charm. It embodies the true essence of the best or nothing.
Paralympian Josh Dueck won a silver medal during the Vancouver Winter Games. Tonight, the British Columbia skier is celebrating another victory. It's not gold, it's Guinness. Dueck has broken the Guinness World Record for the most high fives in a single day, having slapped more than 9,000 hands. And while his success relied on quick hands, his motivation came from his heart. CTV's Norma Reed reports.
A steady flow of slaps, swarms, and sounds.
I'll make a Guinness World Record for the most number of high five within 24 hours.
The scene surrounding Josh Dueck is more paparazzi than PNE. He is a high five machine.
Looks like a leathery old bike tire.
We thought, if we can focus people's attention on something fun and get a serious message across underlying that about the importance of workplace health and safety for young workers, we thought we've got gold.
Gold, meaning Guinness. WorkSafe BC teamed up with Josh in the quest for a new world record.
The idea is to get enough high fives today to hold the record for the next 10 years. And just to keep it fair, everybody gets a stamp, so they don't do it twice.
Stamps for everyone, and a clicker to keep count.
How does it feel to be a part of the Guinness Book of World Records?
Fabulous.
Wonderful.
With the number climbing well into the thousands.
It's a little crampy. Yeah. Oh, baby.
It's no wonder Josh needs some physio.
At first I thought it was just too funny. High five contest. And now I'm getting it. Now I'm getting the bigger picture behind it.
The bigger picture takes Josh back to 2004 when the promising skier with Olympic dreams overshot a jump, breaking his back, paralyzing him from the waist down. But Josh continued to train, and just a few months ago, he won a silver medal at the Vancouver Paralympic Games. But aside from the Games and Guinness glory, Josh is sharing valuable lessons.
I talked a lot about intuition. The day that I had my accident, I had a feeling that I shouldn't have been doing what I was doing, and I did it anyhow because my ego was overriding that feeling.
A Paralympian with a message, a following, and a new world's best. Norma Reed, CTV News, Vancouver.
That's our newscast for this Saturday. Thanks for being with us. I'm Sandy Rinaldo. Hopefully we'll see you here again tomorrow night. In the meantime, stay with us now for local CTV News. Good night.